Chapter 1: Echoes of Silence. In the surreal embrace of the Quantum Nexus Sanctuary, sunlight filtered through the translucent panels of the glass dome atrium, painting soft patterns across the floor. A gentle breeze carried with it the scent of jasmine and the quiet, pervasive hum of nature, yet it felt hollow without the laughter that once resonated in the space. Lena Richter stood in the middle of the atrium, her gaze wandering aimlessly, lost in the resonance of memories. The absence of Jordan Malik seemed to leave a void that no amount of silence could fill. As Lena traced a finger along the delicate leaves of a potted fern, a familiar voice broke the quietude. "It's different without him, isn't it? Like the world's lost a piece of its own reflection." Lena turned to see Mia Stevens, her friend and confidante, standing at the entrance of the atrium. The corners of Mia's lips were pulled into a small, knowing smile, though her eyes spoke of shared sorrow. Lena let out a small sigh, managing the ghost of a smile in return. "It feels like an echo, one that won't stop no matter how far I run." Mia approached her gently, the soles of her shoes whispering against the glass floor. "Remember how Jordan used to say that the world is full of echoes? Everything we do is an echo left in time for someone to find and remember." "Easier said," Lena replied, frustration seeping into her voice. "Every corner of this place reminds me of him. He was relentless, pushing us towards impossible dreams, and now—" "It's difficult," Mia interjected softly, placing a reassuring hand on Lena's arm. "But isn't that part of it? That his dreams didn't end with him? They linger, urging us to pick up where he left off." Lena looked away, her eyes resting on the glass overhead that captured the expanse of the bright blue sky. "I'm not sure I can," she confessed, her voice barely above a whisper. "Some days it feels like the fractures inside mirror the ones here." Mia squeezed Lena's arm gently. "And yet fractures make us stronger. You're not alone in this. We're all here. Each of us carries a part of him with us." Silence wrapped around them once more, but it no longer felt as oppressive. It was a silence shared by acceptance, by the camaraderie of those who knew loss yet chose to defy despair. Slowly, Lena's resolve began to take form amidst the rubble of uncertainty. "What if I stumble?" she questioned, meeting Mia's gaze. Mia's response was firm, filled with warmth. "Then I'll be here to catch you, as will everyone else who believes in what Jordan stood for. But more importantly, you'll rise and carry on." Encouraged, Lena nodded, her doubts retreating, even if only for a moment. The world beyond the glass dome appeared both daunting and full of promise, a testament to Jordan's undying spirit. With a final glance around the atrium, Lena turned to Mia. "Let's begin again," she said, her voice steadier now, imbued with the promise of renewal, for Jordan and for all of us. Lena and Mia left the atrium, their figures silhouetted against the gentle brightness that filled the glass dome, their conversation leaving behind an echo of hope that reverberated in the sanctuary Jordan once loved so deeply. Chapter 2: Shadows of Doubt. In the heart of the communal hearth, the warmth of the crackling fire offered a sense of comfort that was at stark odds with the tension rising within the room. The flames danced on the logs, their flickering shadows casting animated silhouettes on the walls, as if mirroring the spirited debate unfolding. Lena Richter found herself at the center of a semicircle of peers, her gaze steady as she faced Adrian Ross, a newcomer whose penetrating questions had quickly made him a formidable presence. Adrian leaned forward, his expression earnest yet challenging. "Dreams are valuable, Lena, but what of their cost? What of the lives they balance upon?" The room fell silent, the crackling fire the only interruption to the charged atmosphere. Lena held his gaze, her resolve fortified by an internal mantra. "Every step forward has risks, Adrian, but must we always bow to fear? Isn't it fear that keeps us from achieving greatness?" "And yet," Adrian countered, his voice calm but insistent, "some might argue that ambition without restraint leads to ruin. The line between visionary and reckless is perilously thin." Lena felt a familiar frustration clawing at her, though she tempered it with understanding. "I agree that caution has its place, but our work here, our dreams, they must mean more than just theories on paper. They must be experienced, lived." A quiet laugh from the side drew their attention. Dr. Seth Anders, known for his philosophical musings that often diffused tensions, stepped into the conversation with a contemplative tone. The path of progress inevitably treads upon uncertainties. Yet, consider this. Is it the darkness we should fear, or the courage it takes to light a candle? Seth posed, his soft demeanor washing over the room like a balm. Adrian considered Seth's words, his expression softening. I'm not against lighting a candle, but I do worry about burning the bridge while we stand on it. Smiles appeared along the edges of the group, the tension easing as Adrian's words highlighted a shared concern rather than an adversarial standpoint. Which is why, Lena interjected, her voice firm but conciliatory, we must be vigilant, not obstinate, nor reckless, but resilient and perceptive. Dr. Anders nodded approvingly. Perhaps it's as simple or as complex as maintaining balance, a balance Jordan managed with such grace. Mentioning Jordan rekindled a sense of purpose within Lena. The memory of his conviction in the face of doubts spurred her onward. Jordan believed in the impossible because he saw potential where others couldn't. Isn't it our duty to nurture that vision? Adrian, sensing the tide shift, offered a grudging smile. I concede your point, Lena. Our dreams demand courage, even if they sometimes rattle our foundations. The fire crackled again, its warmth now a part of the camaraderie that covered the group like a shared mantle. Lena felt the collective belief anchor her own resolve. Let's keep that fire burning, Lena concluded, looking around at the gathering. Together, supporting one another, we can carry on what Jordan began. The group dispersed, carried by a shared commitment to their endeavors. The echo of the conversation lingered, weaving itself into the very fabric of the communal hearth, where discussions often began but rarely ended. As Lena lingered behind, Adrian offered a final word. Courage, Lena. It seems you have it in spades, but remember, it's okay to lean on others when the shadows grow long. Lena nodded, gratitude evident in her expression. I know. Jordan taught me more than just courage. He taught me to trust in those who stand alongside. They parted with a mutual understanding, anchored by dreams that refused to wane. As she left the hearth, Lena carried with her the conviction to navigate the shadows of doubt, prepared to illuminate the path forward with resilience and hope.